into my plan, yeah. Gary, what's going on with my complaint?
I think it was filed on Friday.
I think.
You think or you know?
I think.
Well, make sure it's filed, dude. What am I doing? Why am I filing a complaint if it's not being filed? Was it filed or not?
I'm checking with John right now.
I mean, come on. If I tell you guys to do something, what, I got to ask you 20 times? I think. It's my producer. I rely on this guy. I should have gotten rid of him years ago.
Baba Booey.
Do you think that or do you know it?
Don't you love his voice on that little...
Yeah.
I think.
Baba Booey.
I think both.
Baba Booey.
Yeah, we filed a complaint against Frank Gifford. Criminal complaint. Citizen's
At
arrest.
least we wrote it out.
Yeah. I said to Gary, make sure it gets down to the DA's office. All right. This guy says, at least Giff has the balls to go out and do it with a real woman instead of you locking yourself in your basement with a box of Kleenex, you big-nosed homo.
Well, he's got a point.
All right. Whatever. If now we're admiring Frank Gifford?
No. I'm simply saying all you do is talk and whine about it and then go to your room with a video.
Okay.
This guy says Frank at least did it.
I thought I was being noble.
No.
Frank Gifford is more of a man than you'll ever be. You are just a weasel dick who whines daily about all the girls you could be getting if you were single. The truth is, the only girls you would get would be hookers and the trailer trash bimbos, overweight and toothless, that listen to your daily spew of worthless garbage.
What do you think Frank was with? No.
Yeah, Frank Gifford, well, come on. Even your own mother, well, yeah, she took money from the Globe to have sex with Frank Gifford.
Yeah, what does
she?
that make her?
Even your own mother and father are ashamed of what a turd you are. Just admit what you are is a Frank Gifford wannabe. If you see Kathy Lee, tell her I'll console her with my love organ. And the guy gives his phone number and everything. He wants me to call him. He's trying to egg me on calling him. Egging me on. Egging McMuffin. And as predicted, I don't know if you saw this on the news last night, I always said breast implants do not cause cancer, and I was right.
I was going to talk about that.
Yes.
Today.
It turns out...
Well, not for sure.
It turns out, for sure.
No.
You'll see. That the women who have breast implants live a certain kind of lifestyle.
They don't take care of themselves.
Yeah. They run themselves down. They mostly drink. Most of them are strippers.
They're not mostly strippers.
They dye their hair. See, hair dye can cause some kind of cancer. Turns out it's not the breast implants that are causing the cancer. It's all the other crap they're doing.
All they're saying now is that these things should be taken into consideration when studying.
You know what was great?
The effect of breast implants.
I don't care whether breast implants cause cancer or not. I think they're great. And I don't have to put them in, so what do I care?
Wouldn't it be funny if everybody who had breast implants had to clean up their lifestyles?
Right.
You get these things.
What fun is it?
And then you can't be with
Well, they
anybody.
even say people with breast implants usually have more sexual partners.
They have more sexual partners,
right.
drinking,
they have
smoking.
More, and as a result have more abortions.
Yes, and all kinds of things that could also be contributing factors.
Yeah, they're loose women who get cancer. Anyway, the news was all over this story yesterday, and on TV they had just tons of reports on this and pictures of women's breasts. Just like women walking down the street, instead of showing their faces, they would just show their breasts. Yeah, it was fun.
Because I was just reading an article in People magazine about the woman who played, I think, Mary Ellen on the Waltons.
Yeah.
She had breast implants. And now she claims that they gave her lupus.
Oh, no.
A very bad disease.
No.
So she's campaigning against breast implants.
Oh, please.
Are you telling me Mary Ellen had a crazy lifestyle?
Yeah, please. Who knows? Wasn't she Playboy naked?
I don't know.
No, she wasn't.
I can't keep up.
Me neither. Hey, Gary, don't think I forgot. I'm asking you a question. Did you or did you not file my complaint with the DA about Frank Gifford?
I didn't forget it. It has not been filed yet.
Yeah, so you didn't.
It has not been filed.
Come on, what are we doing to me? File the complaint.
No wonder Frank's running around to Atlantic City.
Gary, if I tell you to file a complaint, why are you not doing it? Yeah.
I need more time to think.
Thank you, Fred.
Well, you weren't answering.
I think Gary works for IMUS.
Oh. There seems to be some confusion. I believe I told John, but John believes that I didn't tell him to file it.
I would believe John, because normally I tell you stuff, and you always tell me that I didn't.
It's like a
Right,
religion
you don't
back
see what
there.
goes on my end, so we're even.
Okay. Why are we even?
Well, because there's many times I tell John to do things and we dispute it as well, and I think he doesn't hear what I say and forgets. The same way you feel about me.
What is it, John?
I'm going to swear on my mother's life.
Of course he didn't file it.
Right now. He came up to me and said, don't file it. And then I said, okay, I hadn't filed it. Now he's claiming that he said to me that he did file it after that, but I swear he didn't.
All right, I'm going to talk to you directly from now on. I'm not going to use Gary.
When it comes to a shoot guy, I'm telling you something like that, I would go right to E.
All right, listen to me.
I would tell them,
listen
guys,
to me.
I'm going
listen to me.
there.
Take my papers that I filled out against Frank Gifford and file them with the DA today. I don't have to put your microphone on.
I got him.
What good are you to me?
Howard, I told him, and I know I told him, and I'll swear on my son.
You pass the buck teeth every time.
Howard, I swear on my life, I told him, shut up. No, I swear on the... Howard, first of all, you would never believe that I'm in charge of that office the way these guys talk to me.
Really?
Harry,
I swear to God,
I have not been disrespectful to you at all. But there have been times where you
John never, ever does anything wrong. Just the way
you never do anything wrong.
No, John.
There are numerous occasions with Grill.
All right, listen to me. I don't care.
You sometimes
get the paper
taken care of.
Where's the paper?
Take care of it. It's on my desk, and it will be taken care of.
Occasionally, you can make a mistake too, guys.
But why would you never make a mistake, John?
No, I admit when I make mistakes. I do, but if you make a mistake like this, you'll never...
John, I know
rewrite history.
I'm not rewriting it. I know it for fact. I know it for
Gary,
fact.
You came up to
me
and
I'll tell you where you were sitting,
and
I'll tell you where...
Gary, you came up to me and said, don't bring it.
John, that was a different time. That was a different time. I know at one point I told you not to bring it, and then I did tell you to bring it.
Right.
And I know I did.
Look, I don't have time for this nonsense. Sure I do? All right, go ahead. I have time for this nonsense.
Now he's
walking.
Listen, let John be in charge. Let him do what he wants.
Gary, it's not that... this is ridiculous. I'm not going to get it... it's like... No, you know what, Howard? If I forget, if I forget something immediately, if I forget, then everything.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
I am
Between
telling
you and me, I tell Gary to do stuff all day and night. Some of it gets done, some of it doesn't.
Howard, you have no idea
right.
how many times a day I pick up after John, how many notes I hand him that he forgets to do, how many things I give him that he forgets to do. John,
give me an example.
That is so untrue.
I hand him a note and say, please take care of this show. And then you find it laying on a desk.
Garbage.
All right.
Kathy can attest to it. He leaves everything laying around.
All right, Grillo, come on in here. How many times has Gary told you to do something?
He takes notes on nothing.
No, I don't want to get into
notes
this
on
now.
nothing.
I want to see the guy with the testimony.
Why, Gary? Gary, there's been, this last year.
He's late all the time.
What?
He's constantly late. He hasn't been late in a month. You'd think he'd be bragging.
Every time.
He's late a lot of the time. And then
what
happens,
are you talking about?
After a month goes by, you've been late in 6 weeks, and he comes in and he brags. I've been late 6 weeks.
I've been on time every day now.
Yeah, for 6 or 8 weeks.
6 or 8 weeks, for 6 or 8 months. Ever since we've been here.
Yeah, except for 2 months ago when you were really late and your wife had a call to...
One time because I had a problem with...
You always have a problem.
Gary, you've been late one time since then.
Yeah, because I was stuck in traffic.
Yeah, I had a baby.
You had a problem with your alarm clock.
No, I had a...
You had a problem with your alarm clock, remember?
I had to
I had to
sleep somewhere else
because of the baby. John had to sleep in a different room, and his wife forgot to set his alarm clock. So of course it's understandable, right?
No, he had the alarm clock.
That's a legitimate excuse.
It was one time in the last 6 months. But Gary, you know what?
You don't set your own alarm clock?
Oh, it was. I had to move out of the room because the baby was there, and it was a whole line. It was one time.
He thinks that's a legitimate excuse.
Right.
Gary, it's just why were you stuck in traffic?
Because there was a car accident.
So then why don't you leave early to freaking in case there is traffic?
Do we think this is a reasonable explanation, Howard?
No, because it's not the same.
Well, I'm saying he just said I've been late for the last 6 weeks ago. It's been 6 months since we've been late. But Howard, you know what? It's not about that, Gary. I had interns a bunch of times.
John, I know what you're talking about.
You claim to say things.
John, why don't you sleep here at the station?
Howard, I'm going to just tell you, this is my final complaint about this. When it comes to John, if you tell him anything that he does wrong, John goes, he gathers all the interns.
No,
John does more work trying to prove his point than he does trying to do real work.
Howard,
I hear you.
One time, Gary gave me a box.
You protest too much.
No, it's not true.
All right, Gary gave you a box. Quickly,
one time, Gary gave me a box.
Yeah.
He says, "Go through this and put it on my desk."
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
So there's 2 interns sitting next to me. My butt has not left the seat. I take the box, open it up, see what it is, and give it to the intern. Intern puts it on Gary's desk. Gary comes back and goes, "John has a different box." I gave you this box and told you to open it. I go, Gary, that's not the box you gave me. You gave me the. I haven't moved out of my seat. He goes, no, it's not. I gave you a different. I go, Gary.
These guys
the interns all defended me. Go, Gary, that's the box you gave John. Gary still said, I know.
I'm going to deal with you two. I'm going to deal with you two the way I deal with my kids. All right? Hold on. No. I'm cutting it off. No, you cannot say another word.
Please, just one thing.
I'm dealing you. No, stop.
Howard,
all right, go ahead. Say it.
I'm in charge because I'm in charge in the office.
All right.
The bottom line on all this is, John should say, hey, I thought you told me maybe there was a mix-up, but it's always a fight. It's always a fight.
Howard, how can you not
waste time fighting?
Howard, if a guy goes to you, I'm going to deal with this.
I'm going to deal with this the way I deal with my kids.
If a guy says to you, Howard,
sit down, Gary. I want to talk to both of you.
If a guy says to you, I told you to do this,
John,
and he didn't.
John, listen to me. Like the military.
When I say you would never know I was in charge.
Right, John.
He would never fight with Tom like this.
Right,
or you for that matter.
Right.
What do you mean?
John,
all right.
John, I got to stop you here because I got to get to the guy with the testicle.
His testicle is shrunk.
What's going to happen is we're going to panel.
Yeah, we're going to panel up with Jason Priestley and the testicle. All right, listen to me. I'm going to talk to you the way I talk to my kids. I don't really care how things get done as long as they get done. The problem here is that this didn't get done. We're in the middle of a big case. I'm filing papers against Frank Gifford, a noted personality.
Everybody's waiting.
Everyone is waiting for some action. I'm looking like a fool. The DA hasn't even received papers. This is absurd.
Frank will be dead.
Yeah, Frank will be dead by the time we get this case rolling.
Yeah, we'll be trying this case posthumously.
All right. The job didn't get done. I hold Gary responsible because Gary answers to me.
And I take responsibility for it.
John, in the same respect, you have to take responsibility with Gary and just suck it up. If he didn't tell you, he didn't tell you. Don't waste time arguing. Get the papers filed. All right? That's what I need to have happen.
We apologize. We're one day behind. We will get it in today. I promise.
That's what I need. Thank you. All right. Goodbye. Both of you are losers. There are no winners here. Why don't you write everything down like Dean?
I do write stuff down. I do write stuff down. I'm just listen. I'll admit when I make a mistake.
Between you and me.
Never write anything down.
Between you and me.
You know,
between
Gary,
you and me. No, get out. Get out. Get out and take it. Go talk in the other room. Talk in the other room.
Go argue over the intercom.
Yeah. I know I told Gary a lot of stuff and he forgets, but okay. What are you going to do? He's your boss.
No, but what's weird, he forgets. He thinks that he tells you. In his mind, he might have told me. In his mind, he probably had this conversation.
Right.
But he really didn't.
All right. So what are we going to do? Get the thing filed.
You still would never know I'm in charge, John. You're going to fight me to the bitter end.
Gary, it's just hard to be accused of doing something that I didn't do. That's all I'm saying. I
can't wait till somebody works for you and gives you this kind of crap.
Gary, I'm not giving you crap. I'm just disagreeing with you. I'm just
get these guys.
I'm just saying. You're just saying that you're right now.
No, I'm just saying that you never told me. That's all.
Gary, get him out of here.
I'll leave.
Can't do it. You can't do it.
I'll leave.
All right, goodbye.
Now I got to go back over here and deal with it.
You realize what these guys are involved with all that? Boxes.
I said, you've got to get a camera in there.
We have a camera. We got another idiot working the camera.
Oh, no.
I got Mike Ganji working the camera.
I want to know what that office is doing at every moment.
All right. And meanwhile, in the midst of all this, I forgot to put my shirt on, and my bare arms will be shown on TV, which are very skinny and gangly. I hold them responsible. All right. So a guy calls me up yesterday. He says he has a testicle the size of a potato. Okay? I want to see.